Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill is on vacation, so we're his substitute. Did you know that 30 million people in the U.S. have diabetes? Whoa! Well, today we're going to tell you why diabetes is bad and why you should go get tested. So what is diabetes? So there are two types of diabetes, but about 95% have type 2 diabetes, so we're going to talk about that one. It's a chronic condition where your body is either resistant to insulin or doesn't produce enough insulin on its own. Now, insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas that helps balance the amount of sugar in the body by helping the cells use that sugar for energy.
You are at risk if you are overweight, inactive, have a poor diet, a family history of diabetes, or specific ethnicities like African American, American Indian, Asian, or Hispanic.
But why is diabetes bad?
Diabetes increases the risk for a number of other diseases. The cardiovascular system becomes inflamed, which then increases the risk for cardiovascular disease and myocardial infarctions. Another chronic disease is renal failure, which could lead to hemodialysis for the rest of your life. Diabetes increases the risk for infection and gangrene because people with diabetes lose feeling in their extremities and they can't feel when they get injured. Without the proper treatment, diabetes can lead to hypoglycemic shock, coma, and death.
But wait, there are ways to decrease your risk of developing diabetes. Educating yourself on how to decrease these risks and how to manage diabetes is really important, and that's called primary prevention. This includes increasing activity, changing your diet, and stopping smoking. Secondary prevention, on the other hand, is a test that healthcare providers use to make sure that you don't already have diabetes.
Hi, my name is Nicole and I'm the nurse that's to be teaching you about ways we test for diabetes. Diabetes screening is recommended grade level B by the USPSTF, and there's three main tests that we use: the fasting plasma glucose test, the hemoglobin A1C test, and the oral glucose tolerance test. The first test is the fasting plasma glucose test, and this is the most convenient and helpful test that we have. And it's when we measure your blood glucose after 8 hours of not eating anything. The second test is the hemoglobin A1C test, and this looks at long-term blood glucose levels, and it's more convenient because you don't have to fast. The third test is the oral glucose tolerance test, which is taken 2 hours after eating 75 grams of glucose.
Are you an adult aged 40 to 70 who is overweight or obese? You should get screened. If you have any of the other risk factors too, you should also get screened before you're 40.
Did you know?
1/3 of people in the world who have diabetes don't know they have diabetes.
Did you know?
People with type 2 diabetes don't always have visible symptoms.
Did you know?
Diabetes is the leading cause of blindness for adults.
Did you know?
People with diabetes are twice as likely to develop heart disease. The recommended diet for those with diabetes isn't that much different than the diet for those who do not have diabetes.
Let's recap. Diabetes is bad, but screening is good.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.